Hello everyone, and welcome back to Your Daily English Dose. This is the channel where we learn English by exploring exciting, real-world stories. And today, do we have an amazing story for you? It's about the 2025 World Series Game 7. This is the final deciding game of the baseball championship. It was the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Toronto Blue Jays. This wasn't just a regular game, this was a chance for the Dodgers to become a dynasty. A dynasty is a team that wins again and again for many years. A truly great team. The Dodgers had already won the World Series in 2024. Winning this game would make them the first team to win back-to-back championships in 25 years. The pressure was huge. Many people called this Dodgers team, with superstars like Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman, the most talented team in history. This game was their final test. But their opponents, the Toronto Blue Jays, were very tough. They hadn't won the World Series since 1993, a very long time, and they were hungry for a win. Their whole season was about making amazing comebacks. A comeback is when you are losing but you fight back and win. They had 49 comeback wins during the year. Their manager told them, "Don't see the Dodgers as giants, we can beat them." This was the ultimate showdown, the biggest game of the year. Let's start with our first everyday English check. Our phrase today is back-to-back. This means one thing happening right after another, in a row. The Dodgers wanted back-to-back championships. You can use this in your daily life. I had 3 meetings back-to-back this morning, or she won the award 2 years back-to-back. This game was very personal and emotional too. The Dodgers players were wearing the number 51 on their hats. This was for their teammate, pitcher Alex Vesia, who had to miss the whole World Series for a personal family matter. The manager, Dave Roberts, said it showed their strong bond or connection, like a brotherhood. This emotional connection gave them extra motivation to win, especially when things got difficult later in the game. Now, let's get into the game. The Dodgers made a very bold, or brave, decision. They decided to have their biggest superstar, Shohei Ohtani, start as the pitcher for this final game. This was a huge risk. Why? Because he had only 3 days of rest, which is very short for a starting pitcher. Normally they rest for 4 or 5 days. The Dodgers hoped he could dominate the game early and help them win fast. But this plan caused tension even before the first pitch. Ohtani took about 3 minutes to warm up on the mound, which is much longer than the usual 90 seconds. The Blue Jays manager was not happy and complained to the umpire. It showed how much pressure everyone was feeling. In the first inning, Ohtani did make history. He got a hit while he was also pitching. He was the first pitcher to get a hit in a World Series Game 7 in 50 years. But on the mound, as a pitcher, he struggled. He was throwing the ball very fast, over 100 miles per hour, but he couldn't control where the pitches were going. In the third inning, he looked tired. After a wild pitch, the next batter, Bo Bichette of the Blue Jays, hit a massive 3-run home run. Just like that, the Blue Jays were winning 3-0. Ohtani was taken out of the game. The Dodgers' big risk did not pay off. Let's have our second everyday English check. Our phrase is to pay off. This is a great idiom. It means a plan or an action was successful and brought a good result, especially after a risk or a lot of hard work. I studied all night, and it paid off because I passed the test. In this game, the Dodgers' plan for Ohtani did not pay off. It failed. The tension got even higher in the 4th inning. A Dodgers pitcher hit a Blue Jays batter with a pitch. Both teams got angry and all the players ran onto the field. It was almost a big fight. This showed how much both teams wanted to win this championship. For the Blue Jays, their veteran pitcher, Max Scherzer, was doing great. He is 41 years old, but he pitched like a star, only allowing 1 run. When he left the game, he tipped his hat to the crowd, and many people thought this might be his last game ever, his retirement. The Blue Jays were in control. They were leading 4-2 going into the late innings. Things looked bad for the Dodgers. It was the 8th inning, and the Dodgers were still losing, 4-3, after a home run by Max Muncy. Time was running out. But then, in the 9th inning, the most unexpected hero appeared. It was not a superstar. It was the 9th batter, Miguel Rojas. Rojas was in a tough spot. He hadn't been playing well at all. He had only one hit in his last 18 times at bat. The Blue Jays brought in their best closing pitcher, Jeff Hoffman, to finish the game and win the World Series. There was one out. The crowd in Toronto was going crazy, screaming and cheering for the final outs. And then, the impossible happened. Rojas hit the ball perfectly. It was a dramatic, game-tying solo home run. The score was 4-4. The entire stadium, full of 47,000 fans, went completely silent. It was one of the most shocking and amazing home runs in baseball history. The Blue Jays' pitcher, Hoffman, was crushed. After the game, he cried and said, "I lost the World Series ring for everyone here. Let's do our third everyday English check. Our phrase is in a tough spot. This means to be in a very difficult or bad situation. I'm in a tough spot because I lost my wallet." Or, he was in a tough spot when his car broke down. Miguel Rojas was in a tough spot because he wasn't playing well, but he came through. But the drama was not over. In the bottom of the ninth inning, the Blue Jays loaded the bases. This is a very dangerous situation. It means there was a runner on first, second, and third base with only one out. If the Blue Jays scored just one run, the game was over. They would win the World Series. The Dodgers' manager Dave Roberts made what people called a crazy decision. He put in his other superstar Japanese pitcher, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Why was it crazy? Because Yamamoto had pitched 96 balls just yesterday in Game 6. He had 0 days of rest. His arm should have been very tired. But Yamamoto saved the day. He got the next 2 batters out and stopped the Blue Jays from scoring. The game was going into extra innings. Now we are in extra innings. The score is still 4-4, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto is still pitching. He had no rest, but he kept pitching. He pitched the 10th inning. He pitched into the 11th inning. It was an unbelievable, heroic performance. He was pitching on pure adrenaline and willpower. He pitched 2 2/3 innings in this game after pitching almost 100 times the day before. Because of this, he became only the 5th pitcher in history to win 3 games in a single World Series. People compared him to the greatest Dodgers pitchers ever, like the legend Sandy Koufax. Let's have our 4th everyday English check. Our phrase is "save the day." This is a fun, heroic phrase. It means to do something that solves a big problem or prevents a disaster at the last minute. The party was boring until Maria arrived and saved the day with her music. Or, we thought we would miss the train, but my dad drove fast and saved the day. Yamamoto saved the day by getting those batters out. Then, in the top of the 11th inning, it was the Dodgers' turn to hit. The batter was the catcher, Will Smith. He hit a high, deep ball. It was a home run. The Dodgers took the lead for the first time all night, 5-4. This was not just any home run. It was the first time in baseball history that a go-ahead home run was hit in extra innings of a World Series Game 7. History was made again. But the Blue Jays did not give up. Give up means to quit or stop trying. In the bottom of the 11th inning, their star, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., hit a double. They had runners on first and third base with one out. This was it. One more hit could win the game. The batter hit a ground ball. The Dodgers got the ball, threw it to second base for one out, and then threw it to first base for the second out. A double play. The game was over. The Dodgers won the World Series. What an amazing, incredible finish. After this unbelievable game, Yoshinobu Yamamoto was named the World Series MVP, Most Valuable Player. He deserved it for his crazy and heroic pitching in Game 6 and Game 7. When the voting for MVP started, it was the 9th inning, exactly when Yamamoto was on the mound, in a tough spot with the bases loaded. His perfect timing helped him win the award. The Dodgers had done it. They proved they were a dynasty by winning back-to-back championships, the first team to do it in 25 years. Their manager, Dave Roberts, showed his skill with bold moves that paid off in the end. For the Blue Jays, it was heartbreaking. They were so close. Their manager and players were in tears, feeling like they let their city down. This game will be remembered forever as one of the most dramatic comebacks in sports history. It was decided by an unexpected hero, a crazy pitching decision, and a historic home run, all against all odds. Let's do our final everyday English check. Our phrase is against all odds. This means you do something successfully even though it seemed impossible or very unlikely. She won the race against all odds, or they started the company with no money, and against all odds, it became a huge success. The Dodgers won this game against all odds. What a story! It shows that even when you are in a tough spot, you should never give up. You can save the day and win. Learning about this amazing game in English is a great way to practice storytelling and learn exciting new phrases. Remember the everyday English we learned today? Back to back, pay off, in a tough spot, save the day, give up, and against all odds. Thank you for joining us on your Daily English Dose. If you loved this story and it helped your English, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps our channel. What was your favorite moment from this game? Let us know in the comments, and please suggest other big moments in sports or history you'd like us to cover. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next video. Until next time, keep practicing, stay curious, and keep learning. Bye for now.